Folytatjuk egy különleges dologgal, egy nagyon érdekes dologgal, és Biczó Péter úr, a Biczó Performance Leadershipnek az ügyvezető igazgatója fog egy előadást tartani. A cím az Gondolkodásmód, átalakítása a dinamikus üzleti környezet számára. Ez egy nagyon speciális, különleges eljárás, azt gondolom. Ráadásul ugye egy kicsit váltunk is, úgyhogy after this we will continue in English. Next presentation will be made in English version. So I would like to very welcome Mr. Péter Biczó. He will talk to us about reforming the way of thinking for dynamic business environment. So I would like to ask you, please start your presentation.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me. And thank you. And I'm going to try to share my screen with you. Okay. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Can the operators share my screen? Is that possible?
Sorry, but Petra, can we help to us? Petra, a jogok meg vannak adva a prezentációhoz?
Igen, bocsánat, csak ki volt kapcsolva a mikrofonom. Yes.
Yes, so I can share my screen, can I?
Yes, yes.
Okay, because at the moment I'm not able to open it as it stands. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you can't see my screen, can you? You can only see me, is that right? Hello?
Okay. Sorry?
I say, you can't see my screen, you can only see me.
I can see.
Okay. Well, listen, I'll do it live and I'll use some papers if that's okay. Modern technology in an analog form, if that's okay. Yeah. Jó napot kívánok! Köszönöm szépen, hogy nem egészen egyedül itt ülök máma. The rest of my presentation will be in English. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, fine. Okay, so the topic we're talking about today is establishing a mindset. Okay? We're looking to take Hungarian business, particularly the car industry, forwards. And in order to do that, we need good people, right? We need very good people. And those people need to be thinking the right way. Okay, so let me ask everybody who's listening to go back into their childhood and to think about when they learned to ride a bicycle. Now, when you were learning to ride a bicycle, you could see the other children who were going to further places, to different playgrounds, going fast on their bikes, having a lot of fun. Now, if you fell off your bicycle and you hurt your knee, it was no problem. You wanted to get back on, you wanted to go again. That's the mindset we need when we're looking at industry. Now, when I'm talking about mindset, I'd like you to count with me, okay? So there's some papers coming, okay? We've got 1. The guy's laughing. Number 2, yeah? And what's next? 3, right? Yeah? Right, okay. Now what happens if I say A? The next one is B, right? But as you can see, the B is the same whether I'm using A or whether I'm using 1, yeah? So what I'm saying is, depending on the mindset, depending on how we are thinking, this here is a B or a 3. Now, why is this relevant? Because we're talking about Hungary, okay? And in Hungary, you are the home of innovation, okay? We can go back to the biro, the pen, yeah? We can go back to the micro cars from the 1950s, the mini cars built in Hungary, yeah? We can also go back to the Rubik's Cube. But the point is, at the moment, everybody's talking about innovation. Everybody's talking about new developments, new ways of finding ideas. And they're talking about how we can find new business models. How can we generate new business? But this is only half the story. The difference between Hungary and the other countries with good ideas is in Hungary, you implement the ideas. The cars were made. The Rubik's Cube became a product. The pen is in everybody's pocket. Yeah? So the Hungarian ideas are implemented. Now, how do we make sure that in future, with new technology, people are willing to implement it? We go back to mindset, how they think. Yeah? They need to be open, they need to be adaptable, they need to be loyal, and they need to work together with each other, with other countries. Now, we have developed a system. We've worked in the aviation industry with Lufthansa, we've worked in the food industry, and as a subcontractor, we've worked with Mercedes. And we have a 3-step system for helping organizations change this thinking to a positive thinking. And the 3-step process, and I need paper again, the 3-step process is reset, skill set, mindset. Okay? So when we say reset, what we're saying there is we want people to take one step back and to think about what is necessary in the Hungarian car industry. Yeah? How can you do that? How can you do that? You can conduct interviews with the senior politicians, you can do focus groups, you can do surveys. Yes, that's the way we practically do it. But there's one key thinking behind it. And the key thinking behind it, digitalization, electric cars, they've had problems with the CO2 cooling. They've had problems with the infrastructure. We have this idea that Tesla didn't invent the car. Tesla looked at the infrastructure. They had a different way of thinking. And first they built the infrastructure, and right at the end, they said, oh yeah, we need a car as well, make it look good. Yeah? But how does Mr. Tesla, or how do these Hungarian inventors in the past, how do they make sure the people go with you? Well, the secret is, it's a psychological concept. It's called cognitive security. Now, again, I have to ask, I'll ask the president personally of Majosz. I would say, would you stand on your table in a room full of 100 people? You would probably say, no, it's dangerous, I may fall down, people will look at me. If there was a huge spider, nudge pork, if a huge spider came onto the floor, you would jump directly onto the table. Yeah? Because you know why. It's not about fear. It's about knowing why. You understand the situation. You accept it's better to be on the table than with the notch pork. So you go on the table, you're away, yeah? You understand. Now, how do you build this into industry? How do you build it? The way forward is this 3-step process: reset, skill set, mindset. We need people to understand the situation the same way. If we can fix this view, we can then think about the training, the tools, the know-how, the skills. But first, we need a common picture. Now, if we have a common picture, let me show you a simple way to show you the dynamic of a business. Because we are saying we want the people to think differently, to change. Yeah? This is a simple iceberg. A simple iceberg. Okay? What we have here is not what we see, but what we think about. Okay? And what is below is what is in the background. If I ask you the colours of the Hungarian flag, red, white, green, yeah? We all know it. It's down here. It's part of you. It's here. It's not something you don't wake up in the morning and say, the colours are red, white and green. We know it, yeah? So what we need to do is we need to bring things up, yeah? We need to turn the environment. Digitalization is up here at the moment. Electric cars up here at the moment. And we need to come to a point where this changes, the good things come up and the not so good things go down, yeah? And in the end, we have an iceberg where we have digitalization, an understanding for what we want to do, and everybody has the same picture. Yeah? So a transformation mindset is actually active evolution. Yeah? An oxymoron. Active evolution. We think and we work together. Yeah? This means we need to think differently, but we also need to act differently to be productive. Yeah? Now, how do you build a platform? Because it's not for 1 minute, for 5 minutes, for 1 year. We want 5 years, 10 years, 50 years. We want stability. Yeah? So we need tools, we need methods which can help the organizations to continue with this. Now, we have a simple principle that you can apply. In Formula One, they have what's called a pit stop. Yeah? Now, most of the people listening have a car. They have an interest in a car. Every 6 months, you take your car to the garage for an inspection, for a service. Yeah? You don't wait for the car to break and, and then you take it. You take it every 6 months. And the guy looks and he says, this is okay, this isn't, you need new wipers. Yeah? They tell you what is working and what is not working. Now, in terms of the people working in your industry, you should do the pit stops with the people on a regular basis. Is the collaboration working? Do we have the same picture? Yeah? Yeah? What we have then is a long road with lots of pit stops on them, regular pit stops. Yeah? And the way to do that, now I wanted to show this as a presentation, but okay, It works. It works. I think people are probably listening better now than if they see the pictures and then they can, you know, they're listening. Yeah. You can put into place an infrastructure in each organization, in Majosz, in the companies, with a project team, with a steering committee, the pit stops, and people you qualify to run the pit stops. Yeah. So it becomes a self-running program. Yeah. And as the technology changes, as new cooperation partners come in, more Asian partners, more American partners, whatever. You're building, I believe, the new Lynx armored vehicle in Hungary in the near future. Yeah. As these new projects come up, you are in a position to adapt the thinking of the people because you have a mechanism and infrastructure to change with the technology. Yeah. So as I come to the end of my very fast and very unique presentation, if anybody has any questions for me, please feel free to write to info@biczó.de. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you, and one day I'd love to be able to meet you all. You know, we can't shake hands anymore, but we can do that, right? And it would be nice to share a coffee with you guys, sit down and swap ideas. Yeah. So that concludes my very strange presentation, but I think you got the message. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your presentation. It was fantastic, I think, and very useful and attractive for us.
I hope so.
And very unique. Sorry because of,
no problem.
Sorry because of this environment, but I don't know what was the problem. But in the future we will solve this.
Exactly.
I hope we can keep in contact in the future. It was fantastic. Thank you.
I would love to. I would love to. Thank you.
I would like to ask you if we have any question, please agree and answer to our participants.
Yeah.
Now and in the future, please. And
yes,
you
absolutely.
very much again.
You're welcome.
It's fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.